John Buha, friend of the show, covers the Lakers for The Athletic, was on their podcast for The Athletic with Sam Amick recently, and he said there is a, not
Pushback?
beef, but disagreement. Let's put it that way. Disagreement going on within the Lakers organization about Kyrie Irving. LeBron, we all know, is pushing to get Kyrie. And the brass, the brain trust, the front office, Curtin Linder, Rambis, Rob Pelinka, Phil Jackson now with a voice as a consultant or unofficial consultant, Jeannie Buss, they are pushing back, and they're looking more at a deal like a Buddy Hield and Miles Turner from Indiana. And here's Buha speaking about it.
You need to maximize your window for next season. And then in addition, I mean, I know that they've looked around Indiana. Can we get a Miles Turner and a Buddy Hield? You know, the Buddy Hield deal was kind of the pivot
forever
point for them.
chase. Chasing it for years now.
Last offseason, you know, is that something where Miles Turner can be that stretch five, good rim protector? Buddy Hield gets you some more shooting on the perimeter. But I think, you know, we're not going to see anything happen really until KD gets moved. But with Kyrie, I know he wants to be in LA. I know LeBron wants him in LA. He's been behind the scenes putting some pressure. I think, I don't want to get too into it, but the Jeannie Buss tweet, I think, had something to do with some of the stuff that's been going on behind the scenes. So,
for what it's worth, and I'm pulling the curtain back a little bit, I looked into that. I couldn't make a ton of progress other than the Lakers owner was feeling melancholy about Kobe. And so, you know, but
I think there's a slight divide right now where LeBron wants Kyrie and some people internally might prefer a Miles Turner, Buddy Hield type deal.
Well, let me say this first, and then you can get into the divide, Rob. The reason I believe, and it's smart, this is what they should be doing, but the reason that the Nets are waiting to do something with Kyrie until after they resolve things with KD is what was your first thought? Well, my first thought, let's put it that way. When I heard that KD made his trade request was, then you're trading Kyrie. Right. Why in the world would I put up with Kyrie's madness if I don't
without
have Kevin
KD?
Durant? Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So if they determine, you know what, we're not getting the deal we want for KD, we're going to keep him. Then unless KD doesn't want Kyrie, then you keep Kyrie. It's as simple as that. And so if you trade KD, of course you're going to move Kyrie. So I think that's what's going on there. But Rob, what do you think about this divide?
I think that this makes a lot of sense. And not like it's not all anti-LeBron.
No.
It's just that, Kyrie stepped out on LeBron before. Kyrie's track record isn't good, Chris. They just had a disaster. And the last time LeBron wanted somebody, right, Buddy Hield was out there before, and he wanted Westbrook. That this was going to work or whatever.
And that's been and
that was a disaster. And now they're afraid to say, if we do this again and Kyrie goes off the deep end, now we're in trouble. Like I understand why they're gun shy with just rubber stamping what LeBron wants.
I'm with you. Like, look, Kyrie certainly is the sexier option.
Absolutely.
He's clearly by far the best player of the three.
He's a great player.
Doubt. Absolutely. And they give you a legitimate big three. Neither move, I don't think, and I think you agree, makes them the favorite in the West.
Nope.
They look great on paper with Kyrie.
Too many question marks, Chris. Too many question marks.
Absolutely. And I get it. I do. Because as you said, LeBron's last deal was let's go get Westbrook. Yep. It was horrible. And I include myself in this group because I have said, look, we know that LeBron can quote unquote control Kyrie, that, you know, they can play together and Kyrie will be, you know, it can work out. Well, kinda, but we don't really know. I mean, like to your point, Rob, Kyrie walked out on LeBron. It's not like Kyrie was just following behind LeBron, you know, like a puppy dog doing whatever he wanted. He left there after winning a championship.
Yep.
And LeBron wanted to meet with him. And Kyrie didn't give him the time of day.
Nope.
And so, I mean, maybe, you know, obviously Kyrie's thought about things. He's, you know, had a change of heart. But Kyrie is so mercurial, so unpredictable, that who's to say in 6 weeks into the season, he wouldn't turn on LeBron. I'm not feeling this. Or be homesick. Look, he loves being in Jersey and playing in Brooklyn. His father and sisters get to go to all the home games. He's got all his friends from growing up here. He's doing a lot of business around here, doing some really good things, as you might imagine, in the community. What's to say he doesn't get homesick? It's one thing to be out in LA. He's out there all summer. And so is KD. They're playing together, actually. They're working out together in LA. But that doesn't mean you want to be there year round.
Right.
And so I'm just saying, to your point, Rob, I get where the Lakers are coming. I really do.
I do too.
It's not a no-brainer by any stretch of the imagination.
I think that they're doing their due diligence to say, we just can't turn over everything to LeBron. We want to put together a team that is capable of winning now as he enters year 20, Chris, right? So it's not like they got a 5-year plan for LeBron. Right. So that's not it. But you just can't pick, and every time LeBron says, oh, yeah, go get it, we got to go like, where's Kyrie's head? Seriously, like where's his head going to be? Is something going to happen, and then we're going to have an issue? God forbid, Chris, something we take a turn for the worse, and they have regulations in LA again that you need to be vaccinated. I mean, we don't know. I hope that's not the case. Then what?
Well, I would imagine he definitely wouldn't get vaccinated.
Right. That's what
And Rob, he was playing for the team he rooted for as a child, in an organization that had given him everything.
Carte blanche.
Everything. Playing with one of his best friends, if not his best friend in the league, and he still was causing problems. What is to say he's going to be on his best behavior? Now, logically, he needs to be wherever he plays because he wants to get a big contract next year. But there's no guarantee. And again, I completely get the Lakers' apprehension about this. I don't care who's saying it. You had to do your due diligence on Kyrie Irving. Your turn to weigh in. Would you feel more comfortable as the Lakers trading for Kyrie Irving or Miles Turner and Buddy Hield? Your turn to weigh in.
All right, Chris, let's kick it off with Kaylin in South Dakota. You're on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What up?
Hey, I'm just saying, if I'm the Lakers, I'm not trading for Kyrie simply because I think it's going to take more than just like a Russell Westbrook. I think it takes Russell Westbrook and a first or two, or Russell Westbrook and a decent player that's already on the team, something along those lines, to get the trade done, simply because I think Brooklyn's going to have better offers than that when it comes in.
I don't think there's much of a market for Kyrie. I do think it would take Westbrook and a pick, at least one pick. So I'm with you there. Brooklyn doesn't
it won't be straight up.
Right.
Well, let me ask you this. I don't know how it works with on the cap purpose. Would you there's not much of a market, Bam Adebayo and a first for Kyrie? I mean,
the problem is Bam because of these kind of an obscure rule in the NBA collective bargaining agreement. You can't have two players on their rookie contract extensions playing for the same team, like max extensions. And that's where Bam Adebayo couldn't play with the Nets as long as they got Ben Simmons. So that's out. Interesting thing, I mean, Bam would be good with the Nets because he's a big. But here's the problem, Rob. Ben Simmons, I'm going to want him down on the block at the dunker spot in the half-court offense. Once he can bring the ball up, but once he passes it, he needs to go down to that dunker spot. And Bam isn't a perimeter shooter himself. I mean, a little bit of mid-range, but not really much of a jump shooter. So that could be congested in there. So I'd rather have a point guard than a Bam Adebayo playing with Ben Simmons. But
no, that makes sense. It's like you don't need another guy like that, right, to block up.
Right, that's not going to be shooting.
Right.
And yep.
You don't need that. All right, how about Mark? In Sacramento, you're on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What up, Mark?
What's going on, gentlemen?
What's happening? How are you?
Man? Doing good. Hey, Chris, I just want to let you know I'm not going to let you beat up my man Rob G next week, so I'm going to have to call maybe and help him out a little bit.
You better help him out.
Beat him out.
Please do. In fact, you need to be talking to him now. He's taking notes as we speak. He's scouring the internet, doing his homework. Help him out. He going to need it. And if you get too cocky, I'll whip you. I'll whip up on you too. I mean,
you know I'll knock your teeth out to make you a dentist appointment the next day. So you might want to back off me. What's going on, gentlemen? Real quick, I actually think that they should not bring Kyrie in. He's radioactive, man. You can't trust him anymore. You just can't trust him. What can happen tomorrow in today's world where Kyrie decides, I'm having a problem, I can't play basketball?
No, I mean, absolutely. There's stuff happening every couple months in this country, unfortunately. You're
exactly.
Right.
That's my point.
Here's the other thing, Mark, and I hadn't thought of this when we talked about it in the segment. If Kyrie, let's say he wants to play with the Lakers. He hasn't requested a trade, but let's say he wants to play with the Lakers. And he gets exactly what he wants. He signed with the Nets just so he could get the $36 million and not have to play for $6 million. And he gets to the Lakers, as he will continue to get everything he's wanted. And that I don't think is a good thing.
I agree.
It will empower him probably to behave badly again.
I agree to the point where somebody going to tell Kyrie, you know what, man, why don't you just go find the corner of your flat earth and jump off of it because they're getting tired of him. They really are.
If he's not wherever he's playing, if he's not on his best behavior and obviously playing well, which I'm sure he will, he could be playing for very little money next year. Let's put it that way. I think that's very possible.
No doubt. No, I mean, if things don't work out, Chris, it could be a blow to his career.
Let's say he went to the Lakers. Something happened. He acted up. What kind of contracts he get next year? Mid-level exception,
right?
From somebody.
People will be afraid. There's no doubt about it. All right, let's go to Bo in Jersey. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What up, Bo?
Gentlemen, how's it going?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you. I want to first preface my comments saying I'm a Jersey guy. Grew up in East Orange, so I'm might be a little bit biased towards Kyrie, but I think if the Lakers want to get Kyrie, that's a no-brainer compared to that other potential proposal. But I haven't heard anything compelling as to why the Nets would trade Kyrie to the Lakers for Westbrook. I guess maybe Joe Harris would be included. Why would the Nets do anything like that, particularly when KD is asking to be traded? So for me right now, this is all just wild speculation, and it's obviously cool to talk about, but. Again, why would the Nets get nothing out of that?
Here's what would happen. If they don't have Kevin Durant, if they trade Kevin Durant, why keep Kyrie? Because you got to put up with a lot of stuff. Kyrie brings a lot of baggage and all that with him. So why keep him unless you're really able to win a championship? And Kyrie kind of hinders your chances to some degree to win a championship. So I think that's the motivation. And I think if